So now it's live. So today we are with Kamrat from Leningrad, the author of the channel Kamrat King. It's Leningrad is the city of the October Revolution. So hi, Kamrat.
Hello, my name's Comrade King. I'm a Russian Marxist-Leninist YouTuber. I do videos in the English language about history, for example, the USSR under and after Stalin, and China today. Yeah, that's pretty much my introduction.
Okay, I watched some of your videos and I see also your avatar. You have Khrushchev in your avatar and Brezhnev. So my first question to you: what is your definition of the revisionist? And are you revisionist?
Revisionism is the revision of the core principles of Marxism-Leninism, such as the denial of class struggle and the rejection of class struggle. Um, yeah, th- being against socialism, stuff like that. And I would not call myself a revisionist, so no.
Okay, because for the most of the people who who called themselves Marxist-Leninist, they hate Khrushchev. They hate. They speak that Khrushchev in 1956 he started the processes of the de-Stalinization, and it was the open door to the restoration of the capitalism. I think that capitalism in the Soviet Union was restored in 1991, so I defend the Soviet Union in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s. But I see a lot of difference between the bureaucracy in the time of the Khrushchev, Brezhnev, and especially in the time of Gorbachev. And when I want to compare this with the time of Stalin, I think that in the time of Stalin, the Soviet Union was in the processes of the building the socialism, and it was the state, revolutionary state, who wanted to export revolution, building this socialism in Soviet Union, but also export it in other countries. And what is your position in the time of Stalin and after 1956?
Can I reply to a few things first?
Yes, of course.
I'd like to say that Mao supported the Stalinization and Khrushchev's policies in 1956 and as far as 1960. Yeah, so he split for geopolitical reasons, not for ideological reasons. Yeah, anyway, I'd also like to mention that you cannot export revolution. Revolution happen in like countries internally. You know what I understand? Like um the USSR did not invade countries, you know?
Yes.
Okay, anyway, what's your other question again? I forgot.
No. I only want that you present, resume your debate which you made with the comrade from the Greek, because I
Ah,
think that your position, which is there, is very interesting, but it is not my position. But I only ask this question that you can present all these things which you wanted to, which you said in the other debate. Can you say why you are defend Khrushchev, why you have Khrushchev in your avatar, and all these things? Because I your argumentation, you make quotation from the books written in Russian, and it is very good argumentation, because I think that most of the people who hate Khrushchev, they don't know very good the history of the Soviet Union. They can't read Russian. They didn't read these books. And when you made quotation, it's interesting. All the time I am not agree with you, but I want that you present your analysis.
Sure. I think that um, pretty much the best option in 1953 was Khrushchev. If you look at, for example, Molotov, Beria, and Malenkov, you'll see that they were pretty bad candidates. They wanted to join NATO, all of the three. So Molotov, Beria, and Malenkov. And Malenkov and Beria also wanted to put light industry above heavy industry, which is going against Marxism, Leninism. So because Marxism, Leninism puts heavy industry above light industry. I also think that Khrushchev was great for a lot of things that he did. I think it's undeniable that the space race was a great achievement of him and building the Tsar Bomba. But I think that there are also other great achievements that he had. For example, he decreased income inequality. He abolished all small market and all small private leftovers from the Stalin era, um, and stuff like that. I think that he was more radical than Stalin, more left wing. Um, and the same goes for Brezhnev. Like Brezhnev also had a lot of achievements.
Okay, but what do you think about the political relations between the Khrushchev and the United States in the time of the Kennedy? That Khrushchev went to USA, he watched the economy of the USA, and after this he wanted to implement it. This agriculture made by capitalists in the USA in the Soviet Union. And also my question, what do you think about the Cuban crisis, Cuban Missile Crisis?
Okay. He did not want to implement American agriculture in the Soviet Union. He just wanted to implement chemical agriculture. That's pretty much the opposite of Lysenkoism. And Lysenkoism was already opposed by Stalin. Um, so he did not want to decollectivize or something. He in fact wanted to nationalize farms. And yeah, as for the relations between the US and also I want to say one more thing about the agriculture thing. I think that it's good that he wanted to take the good from the US, whereas at the same time not take the bad. Like we can learn from each other. I think that this is what Marxists always did. For example, Marx and Engels and Lenin all learned from the French Revolution of 1789, and yeah, and also I think that the relations between the US and the USSR were quite tense. Um, as we know, nuclear war almost happened under Khrushchev and Brezhnev, whereas under Stalin, the USSR was trying to join NATO at the end. So I think that the attitude towards the US did get more aggressive, and yeah, Stalin also wanted to give the GDR and China to imperialism at the end of his rule. Well, those were mistakes of Stalin at the end of his rule, but I still think that he was one of the greatest leaders of all time, and we cannot, judge a leader only by his faults. But at the same time, we cannot just only look at his good things. And also, I think that the Cuban crisis was I think it's great how Khrushchev helped Fidel Castro come to power in Cuba, how he was trying to defend the Cuban Revolution from start to finish. And as we can see, Cuba is still standing, and that's largely because of the USSR.
Okay, so it's very very interesting what you said. I think that I need to more study the question because today I am not ready in English language to make debate with you because you can make this stuff which you made with this comrade from Greece that you make a citation and from the books which I don't know. Uh, Tell me, are you active politically in Russia? Are you member of the party KPRF of Zyuganov or other party?
Not really. I would not say so.
Could you tell me why?
Well, I think that I'm trying to educate Americans and Western Europeans on with my videos more. This is what I think I'm doing, like for the global revolution.
Yes, yes, yes. You see, me and you, we have a English speaking channel to educate people from United States and other countries.
Yeah,
But
I want to bring Russian values to American Western Europe to make them learn about the history of the USSR more under
yes,
and
yes, yes.
after Stalin.
I think that you make a good job because there are many specialists in the Western countries who said many stupid things about Soviet Union because they don't know literature. You are in Russia, so you have the possibility the read this literature. So it is why I think that it is. Because you study the sources, it is interesting. But I am not very active in Polish communist movement because firstly, I am not living in Poland, I am living in France, but also the situation of the communists in Poland is very, very sad. The communist movement is criminalized and it is very, very weak. But in Russia, the communist movement, in my point of view, is strong. I can see the demonstration, first May demonstration, or the demonstration in the anniversary of the October Revolution, and I see there the thousands of people, the red flag. In YouTube, there are many channel in Russian language, very popular, with many thousands of subscribers. I think that these Marxist channels from Russia are more popular than the Marxist channel in the English language. For example, there are the channel Konstantin Semyon. He's one half of million the subscribers, half of million. So it's very very big, and I try to understand how why you don't use this possibility that your possibility of your location that be active in the communist movement in Russia.
Well, do you mean also, on the internet or generally?
Generally, in the traditional way, I am using internet only because we don't have party in Poland. We try to build, and now we are building the Polish Workers' Party, but of course it is not very big, and we use internet to build this. And it is first step to building the mass communist movement. It is build the party from the internet ground. But Russia is in the other level. You have all the time big parties, big news with newspapers, communist media, and the Communist Party of the Russian Federation is the second largest party in the Russia. It's in parliament and. if I will if I am Russian and I will live in Russia, I think that I will use this possibility to be active there, because the most important in the communist movement, it is have contact with other communists, with the workers class, and if you are alone, you can do nothing.
Well, it's kind of hard to do stuff like that right now, especially during COVID. When you have this whole crisis. Maybe I might organize someday, like after COVID, but for now I haven't really.
Okay, your answer is very short. Why you do your activity? Because my activity, which I made in internet, my Polish channel Odrodzenie Komunizmu, my English channel, it is all these things, it is concentrated to building the communist movement. Odrodzenie Komunizmu, it is to building the Polish Workers' Party in Poland, and this channel is to make the relationship with the comrades from other countries. And I think that the collaboration with the communists from Russia is very important for us. Do you know Lech Kaczyński? Who is Lech Kaczyński?
Lech Kaczynski?
Wait, do you know him? It was the Polish. It was the Polish president. And today we have anniversary of his death in Russia. It was 11 years ago, and the plane with him and 96 people from this plane. They go to Russia, to Katyn. They go there, and this plane was crushed. And it started in Poland, the big hysteria, the hatred against Russian, because there are people who said that it was the Russian who killed the Polish president. So I think that it is good possibility that today, in the anniversary of the death of the Polish president, I have possibility to speaking with comrade from Russia. Of course, this president was awful. He was anti-communist and.
Oh wait, do you mean like the one who was in power in the 1930s?
No. He was in power 2005, 2010. And in 2010, the plane with him was crushed. You didn't heard about this?
No, not really.
Oh. It is very interesting, because in Poland, everybody thinks that every man in the world heard about Lech Kaczyński, and you didn't heard about him. It's very good news.
I am not really interested that much in Polish politics.
Yes, you have right. There are not, if you want to understand the Polish politics, you have to don't look in the Poland, but you have to look in the United States, because all Polish politics is depend the United States. It is the American ambassador who decide what we are doing in Poland, not Polish president or not Polish prime minister.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. But pretty much Germany and the United States control Poland. Yes. And I mean, in the elections, I mean, there aren't any good parties really. It's pretty much this party, PIS, versus Civic Platform. And I don't like either party, so I'm not really interested in Polish politics.
Yes, it is. It is like in the United States that you have Democrats and Republican, and you can't. There are no choose to the communist because all these parties, it is they represent the bourgeoisie, and they are anti-communism, imperialist, and nothing. Don't difference. You made video and you wanted to compare the Trump with Biden, but there are not many difference between Biden and Trump.
Well, the thing is, the United States is a superpower. Whereas Poland, they don't really have much influence. They are definitely becoming a regional power, but I don't think that there will be any difference if PIS or POO will be in power.
Uh, there are some difference to the Polish population. That PIS, I can say that it's a little more leftist in the question of the economics, because Civic Platform, they are 100% the party of the bourgeoisie, and they want that the Polish earn nothing. That Polish workers, it is the only cheap labor of the not only European Union, but they want that the Polish people are the most cheapest workers is in all the world. It is the position.
Can I comment on that?
Yes, yes.
This is actually pretty common among right-wing populists in Europe. If you look at, for example, Hungary or Lega Nord in Italy, you'll see that economically they're actually pretty social democratic compared to the other parties. And I think that this is because they are trying to save capitalism from decay. And this is kind of what Orban did in Hungary, for example.
No. It's of course they want to defend capitalism, but they want to give something to the workers because they are nationalists. They understand that if Polish people are very poor, the Polish nation will die, and it is why they started to give money to the children. For example, we have the PIS started to give 500 zlotys to every children, only because if you have children, you every month you take money from the government, and it is something new. And maybe later they will give not 500 but 1,000 zlotys, because in Poland they are it is one of the smallest rate of the baby born in all Europe, that Polish people are dying. So they are nationalists. They all the time they speak about patriotism, about Poland. But young people like me are emigrated, and people who lived in Poland, they don't make a children. I have children, 1 year, and he is now in the French crash, and he started to understand French language. If I stay in France, he will become a French people, French citoyen, because and it is the problem of many Polish immigrants who emigrated and don't want to come back. So they give money, and it's for the working class. The PIS is better than the Civic Platform, in my opinion.
Okay.
But of course, they are authoritarian, anti-communist, fascistic, and stuff like this.
I would not exactly call them fascistic, but they're definitely pretty right wing.
You know, in Poland, in Polish government, you have the coalition of the three parties. You have the PIS, it's the biggest parties of the Jarosław Kaczyński, but you have also the smallest party, which name is Solidarna Polska. It's very, very little party, but I can say that this Solidarna Polska, it is party pretty fascist. Some of the position politics, this is they want to build the Polish state, because the leader of this party, it is Minister of the Justice Zbigniew Ziobro, and he used his power to make, for example, the anti-communist persecutions. It's him. He is responsible for the anti-communist persecution in the last 5 years. For example, 3 months ago, publicly they said that he wants to delegalize the Polish Communist Party. This Polish Communist Party, it is party very little, and it's very funny that the Minister of the Polish Justice in the press conference, he said, I want to delegalize party which are, I don't know, 20 members, and in these 20 members you have 15 people very, very old. But he wanted to show that he is anti-communist. And he made persecutions against communists, also against Trotskyists and others leftists.
Yeah, that certainly sounds pretty interesting. How I've never heard of that party. I thought that the PIS is just one party in the government.
No, there are 3 parties. There are PIS, Solidarna Polska, and Porozumienie. But these people from the Solidarna Polska, they are young and very radical anti-communist. We had the institution which name is Institute of the National Remembrance, and it is institution responsible for the destroying of the monuments of the Russian soldiers in Poland, destroying of the Russian cemeteries in Poland, destroying of the communist monument in Poland, changing name of the streets, name of the schools. They want also the censor the books. They made books and to try to destroy these books. They try to totally liquidate communism and socialism from Polish history. Are you there, comrade? Your microphone don't work. You need to put on your microphone.
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to go for 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you want to say anything else about Poland?
Of course, if you have questions, I am here to speak with you and all things, because I wanted you ask question, but you don't want to respond answer. So I can answer for your questions if you want.
What do you think of Confederation of Liberty and Independence in Poland?
I think that we need to create the labor camp for them, and it is the place. The leader of this party, Janusz Korwin-Mikke, he every week he said that we need to kill communists, that people who are in the t-shirt with Che Guevara, we have to shoot them, and that we have to hang people, communists in the trees. And he's danger person. He's old, but he's danger. And in this party are many people like him. They speak all the time about the helicopter of the Pinochet, about Franco, about other fascists, about the Polish fascists after Second World War. They are people. This is the people. For me, it is the terroristic organization. And of course, I think that. With terrorists we don't discuss. The place of the terrorist it is in the labor camp, but today we don't have and the labor camp for them is also good because this is the people who never work in their life. For example, Korwin Mikke, he never worked, never. Now he is 76 years, and in the time of the Polish socialists, he was the man who are making money with gambling in the cards. And it is all his work. That he was a gambler for the cards, and after this he inherited from his mother big money, and after he was the deputy, deputy. So all his money which he possessed, it is not from his work. And in this party, Confederate Party, there are many people who are didn't work any one day in their life. And I think that the labor camp for them, it's very, I think that work which they can make there, it's the occasion, possibility for them to make something useful, because now they are useless for the society. They are parasite. I hate them. Do you have other questions?
Not really.
Not really. Are you so? Because I try to use the situation that you are here. So maybe tell my viewers. I don't have many viewers, but tell why it's good to come to your channel. What is interesting in your channel?
Well, I cover history, politics, and stuff like that there. Like I said, I cover a brand new perspective. I cover a different perspective of the USSR after Stalin. And I also say a lot of things that people in general do not know. For example, I talk about cyber planning, like OGAS and ASPR. And about these topics, there are only Russian sources, so this is a good opportunity to get some stuff in English. And there are also other interesting topics that I cover. I cover China's revisionism today with Xi Jinping's literature, for example. And all these accusations that Mao and Hoxha made and others against the USSR after Stalin. I cover things like state of the whole people, the economy of the USSR, all these economic reforms, like the Lieberman-Kosygin reforms, de-Stalinization and peaceful coexistence, state of the whole people, and all of that. So yeah, if you want to check out this kind of stuff, just check out my channel.
Okay, and I also today I was listening your series about China, and that you have the 4 videos about China, and it was the writings of the Xi Jinping. And I started to search this book of the Xi Jinping, and it is audiobook, which is in YouTube. So I started to listen because of you. I
You
started
can
to.
read volume one online. Just you can look a PDF up. Whereas volume two and volume three, though those are not online. You have to buy them.
Yes, yes, but there are audiobook that you can hear. I don't like read. If I have possibility it is not that I don't like, but I don't have time, and many when I am in car and I'm going to work, I'm going come back to home, I'm in the traffic, and I use this possibility for listening the communist audiobooks. So it's what is the name of this? Because I forget it. Wait. It is the governance of China, and the first volume and second volume is all in audiobook in YouTube. You can listen
Oh,
for
I did
free.
not know that. I thought that volume two is not as audiobook online yet.
Um, yeah, maybe it is not all. I only find it. So your position towards China is that China is the imperialist revisionist state. It is correct?
Yes, and used to be actually, I used to support Xi Jinping and China. But
Yes.
after I read Xi Jinping, I actually became anti-China.
Ah, okay. You know, with China, I have many problems because I don't know many about the stuff which what is in China now, because I never been in China. I don't speak Chinese language, and so my position towards China, it is I have two different position. When I speak with anti-communists in Poland, and they accuse the communist, it's always the always state which is poor, and they made all this accusation about communists. I very often said, no. Look, China. China now is the richest state in the world. It is the factory of the world, and it's very modern and stuff like this. But it is all only to make this argument for towards the Polish people like me who don't know many about Chinese. But when I speak with Marxists from other countries, of course, the things which I see in China are not good. There are bourgeoisie, and they are very, very rich, and there are many things which I don't like in China. So, and I think that it is the most important question for communists today. Our position towards China, because China is very powerful. Kamrat, are you there? I want to ask you one more question.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. What is your position towards the uprising in Hungary in 1956?
I want to. Okay, I will first answer that, and then about China. Okay. I think that crushing the uprising was pretty justified. Um, the people there, like Imre Nagy and others, they wanted to join NATO and were not Marxists. They were democratic socialists. So I think that
Your microphone don't work.
So I think that for Marxism, it was pretty good to crush the uprising there.
Okay, it's good position.
What position? I couldn't hear you.
Yes, yes. You have problem with microphone all the time. It's working, not working, working, not working. Now it's work. So I am agree with you that the crushing of the uprising in 1956 it was good. I think that the problem with Hungary and other countries in the Eastern Europe, it is that Hungary in the time of the Second World War, it was the ally of the Hitler, and the Hungarians, Romanians, Bulgarians, they are attacked Soviet Union. So the politic of the Red Army and the NKVD towards the citoyen of these countries have to be different than, for example, in Poland, because most of the Polish people, they don't collaborate with the Hitler.
Well, so you support stricter control of Hungary in the 50s?
Could you repeat?
You support stricter control of Hungary in the 1950s?
I think that the most important after Second World War in the Eastern Europe was denazification. That all these people who collaborated with Nazis have to be punished for this, and it is why in the Hungary there are many anti-communists, because of course the socialism in Hungary, it was not because of the revolution made by the Hungarian workers, but it was exported by Soviet Union. So
well, actually, 80% of Hungarians today want they support life in Hungary under socialism.
Yes, of course, and it is the proof that the export of the revolution in the countries governed by Nazis, it's something good. That sometimes when the workers in the country and the communist parties are weak, we need to be supported for the comrades from other countries. And I think that I hope that one day maybe the comrades from Russia, when they will strong make the second revolution in Russia, they will come to Poland and help us to fight with the other, with Polish far right and Polish bourgeoisie.
I have a question to you. How many people in Poland miss socialism?
You know, it's we had a guy. He was a leader in 1970s. His name is Gierek.
Yeah, I know Gierek.
Yes, and he is very popular in Poland all the time, because in my opinion he is not socialist, he's social democratic. And in my channel you can find many lectures of the Professor Bruno Drwezki, and he said why Edward Gierek became communist. Because when he was in France and he was worker in France, he wanted to be a member of the Socialist Party, but they didn't want him because he was Pole. So only Communist Party accepted people from who were immigrant. So it is how Gierek, he started to be a communist, but in his mind, all his life he was social democratic, not communist. So people in Poland today, they are very friendly towards Gierek, because when you go to the Polish cities, and you will find the Polish buildings, Polish factories, Polish energetic stations, the Polish trains. Many of these stuffs was built in 1970s, and it's still working today. All the time people are living in the buildings built in the time of Gierek. So they like him. But it's very complicated question, because we can use it and say, people like Gierek, so they like socialism. But it's not like this. They like him because also he was a little he started he wants to build his popularity, that said, I want to build Poland. And he used, when he speaks with the Polish people, he don't use the Marxist terminology. Oh, comrade, where are you? Greetings, comrade Lelek HD MS Mapping. Greetings from Kashuba. So where is comrade? We will wait him few minutes. If he came, we will continue. If not, we will finish. So I send email to the comrade. I give him 3 minutes, and if he don't come, we will finish. So I will wait 2 minutes, and if not, so our conversation today with this comrade King, author of the channel. In the description box there are the link for his channel. The film are in the English language, but from the Russian perspective, So I think that we have to finish because Comrade King don't come back. But I will give him another 1 minute. Well, as you see, for the people who understand Polish language, I can say that today in the 4 p.m. will be my discussion with the young people from the school, the history circle. They want to ask me the question about the history of the Soviet Union. So I invite you. Maybe it will be interesting debate. Maybe not. So what is he not come? But I think that it's. I already speak with the comrade from Vietnam, two comrades from Russia, one comrade from United States. No, two people from United States, and of course I speak with comrade Bruno from France. Also, I speak with Maria Chernat from Romania. So every week I try to build these international relations between Polish people, Polish comrades, and the comrades from other countries. So I think that he will not come, so we can finish. Thank you, comrade, for participation. We are three here, 3 people watching our stream. This is very massive propaganda. But of course, in future is ours. See you, comrade.